Yes, dear students, we have studied about the root system, in which I have explained you about the two main type of roots, means taproot system and fibrous root system, and I have shown you also in the video. And after that we will see the functions of root. Our next topic is functions of roots. Children, as you know that roots are the very important part of the plant. They perform many functions in plant body, but mainly three functions are important functions. They hold the soil particles and not let them to fly away with the help of wind, or we can say not allow them to wash off with the help of rain. So they prevent, we can say, in short we can write that they prevent soil erosion. This is called erosion. Erosion means when soil particles will not wash away with the help of rain, and that they will not fly away when the windstorm comes. That time these soil particles are properly held by the plant roots. So that's why they prevent soil erosion also. Okay, this is the main function of roots. And second function is to provide water and minerals. Water and minerals to the plant parts. Children, you know that plant only absorb water with the help of their roots. Okay, and not only water, along with water, many kind of minerals also and nutrients also absorbed with the help of roots by the plant. And when roots absorb water, they absorb water, and from the roots they pass that water to the stem, and from the stem water and minerals distribute to the full plant parts up to the tip of the plant. Okay, so up to the growing buds, or up to the flowers and even fruits. So all these parts get water and minerals through roots only. So this is also one of the important function. And third important function is plant also withstand, means plant also stay at one place and means maintain its position with the help of roots. When roots hold that soil particles tightly, with the help of those roots, plant also can make itself stable in the soil. Okay, so they provide anchoring system. They provide anchors so that they hold the soil particles properly and give means plant as a protective measure. Means plant can't fall when air blows or wind blown violently. That time plant can withstand in that kind of conditions. So here we can say, we can write here, hold the soil particles and help the plant to stand. Means at one place plant can remain stable with the help of these roots only. So children, these three are the main important functions of roots. Other than these functions, some other functions also performed by the roots, but that we will study under the modification of roots. Okay, so what are the modifications that we will see? Children, some of the roots, not all the roots, means some of the plants, they have modified roots, means their roots bring some changes in themselves so that they can perform special functions. Okay, so what kind of modifications are there? Let's see. Modification we can write here. Modification of roots. So what kind of modifications are there? First example we can take as a to store food. As you know children, some of the roots they modified themselves to store food. Examples are radish, turnip and beetroot, and we can say carrot. See, so all these kind of roots are the examples of this food storage modification. Means they become swollen so that they can store food in them, and we used to eat root part of these plants because of that food contained in them. So some of the roots are modified to store food. And second modification is provide support. How to provide support? Children, you all must have seen banyan tree. It's means modified roots. Best example is banyan tree. And in banyan tree, you can see that some of the roots, taproot system is there, means taproots are present as a main roots in banyan tree. But in addition to this, some of the roots are hanging from the branches of the trees. That also you must have seen, because that is the main characteristic feature of banyan tree, that roots are hanging from the branches. So that roots are called stilt roots. That those roots are special kind of roots. Their name is also special and they are called stilt roots. So children, with the help of those stilt roots, stilt roots are, I tell you after this one, stilt roots are different. They have prop roots. Prop roots. What are stilt roots? That I will explain you later on. It is not given in your book. Maybe in old book it is given, but new book stilt roots example is not given. But these are also important roots and you also know about that. But first, prop roots. Prop roots are those kind of roots which are hanging from the branches of banyan trees. Many type of roots are in so much of number that banyan tree branches, they bear roots, and those hanging roots slowly touch the ground, and they provide protection, or not even only protection, they provide support to the branches, because banyan tree is a bigger tree and they have so many branches. Okay, and because of their branches spread in a large area, and if there were no prop roots present there, then what will happen? Branches can fall on the ground because their branches are so longer. So they spread in a large area, and these prop roots, they act as a pillars. Means how we can make pillars to give support to a building. That kind of pillars are present in in the form of prop roots, that they provide support just like pillars to the plants, so that branches can take support with the help of these prop roots. So children, in this way banyan tree branches get support with the help of prop roots, and some plants just like these prop roots are present in banyan trees, and still roots are present in maize. Okay, maize means this corn plant, you know that भुट्टा आप लोग खाते हैं या popcorn खाते हैं, that a kind of tree is there which is called maize tree. And other than maize also, in sugarcane also you can see sugarcane plant. If you see these two kind of plants, sugarcane and maize, you can see downward part of these two plants have some special roots other than main roots. Main roots are also present, which are fibrous roots present in maize and sugarcane. But other than those fibrous roots, from the stem part, I'll show you through the diagram so that you can understand clearly that what I am trying to say. What are the still roots? Suppose this is a plant of sugarcane. Okay, and sugarcane, you know, here nodes and internodes are present in sugarcane. Okay, this part is called node and this larger part, longer part is called internode. And in this way, these sugarcane plant has this kind of structure, and here main roots are present from the sugarcane plant in this way. Okay, these are the simple and fibrous roots. If you can see sugarcane plant, you can see the root system also. Main roots are fibrous roots, but in addition to it, because sugarcane plant is a little bit taller plant, and it has a solid stem also, so it can fall very easily. These are the leaves. You know that in this way leaves are longer, leaves are present here in this way. Okay, so in addition to these fibrous roots, what will happen from these portions, means from the lower node portions, some of the roots arises and come to the ground, means reach to the ground level. Okay, and soil and provide anchoring to the plant. Anchoring means they hold the soil particles so that they can make this sugarcane plant straight and keep this plant straight, and so that it cannot fall down with the blowing of wind. Okay, so these roots are called stilt roots. Okay children, so they also provide support to the plant, but these are stilt roots are present in some of the plants only. Best examples are maize and sugarcane, and they always arise from the stem portion and reach to the, means they are present from they are present in the lower part of stem, and from the lower part of the stem when they arises and when they arise and reach to the soil, and they hold the soil particles. This is the soil level, means ground level, and they hold the soil particles properly so that they can give protection to the sugarcane plant or maize plant. So children, this is about the stilt roots, and this much portion of roots, so root system is given in your book. So after this we will start stem. Okay, means next our system is shoot system, which I have told you before that plant has mainly two systems: root system, which we have studied in detail, and now we will study about the shoot system. Okay, so let's see what is given in the shoot system. Children, in as we have seen in the root system, that root system has also two kind of roots, fibrous and taproot we have studied, and modifications also, as well as functions also we have studied in this case. In the same way, in case of shoot system, we will study its different parts. So under the shoot system, we will study about the, here I will write stem, leaves. We will study in detail one by one, but main topics I will tell you that what we will study in this chapter. And under the shoot system, stem, leaves and flowers, fruits. Okay, so about these we will study in detail. So first our topic is stem. So children, I have shown you one day when we started this chapter. I shown you that day about the stem. I shown you the plant, and in plant I told you that what is a stem. Stem is this central hard portion or fibrous portion, with the help of that many branches arise from it, and it can bear many leaves also. Okay, from this part. In this way, one branch I'll make leaves, and in the same way other branches are also there, and leaves can originate from these all the branches. And children, this main part from where these roots originated, this part is called stem. Okay, so children, this stem performs many important functions that we will study first. That what is the main function of stem. So functions. Stem is a important part of plant. That's why, because it bears so many other parts also. Okay, stem bear other branches. Stem can bear other leaves also. Okay, and from the stem, sometimes from here flowers can be originated, and from flowers fruits also. You can see these kind of small fruits we can make here. Fruits also can be coming out from flowers, and in the same way stem performs so many other functions also. So let's talk about this stem part. First of all, children, stem has two main parts. Means, what are the identification of stem? How we can say that any part of the plant is a stem? So we identify with the help of these two parts. This any part of stem from where any branch or leaf or fruit or any part when comes out from any part, this part is called node. Okay, this part is called node. In sugarcane also I told you that nodal part is that part from where either roots comes out, sometimes branches comes out, sometimes directly leaves comes out from these node parts. And here I can show you that one node is here, one is here, because here also branch comes out, and one node is here because here also branch is there, one node is here. Okay, so here so many nodes can be present in any plant or any tree, and in between two nodes, here to here, this is a internodal part, and from this node to this node, this much part is called internode. Okay, so I'll remove this stem and I will write here node, internode. Internode. Okay, so what is node? Node is that part, because node has many active cells which are so much active, and from these active cells anytime any bud can arise, or anytime any branch can also arise from these node parts, and in between two nodes there is a internode. So this part between two nodes, this is also node and this is also node. So in between two nodes, this part is called internode. Okay, children. So this is the identification of stem, characteristic identification of stem. Means we can identify stem in this way. So let's see the functions. What are the different functions performed by stem? So first function is to conduct water and food. Conduction means stem part, it conduct water and minerals from the root part, and it supply this water and mineral when absorbed through the roots, it gives to the stem, and stem supply this water and food to water and minerals to all parts of the plant, all parts of the plant, other branches, leaves, fruits and flowers. this function is mainly performed by the stem, and means it is just passing the water and minerals which are absorbed through the roots that supply to all parts of the plants. And children, you know that always leaves prepare food for the plant, and from the leaves, when leaves prepare food, leaves give this food to this branch, and through this branch it comes to the stem part, and stem here supply full food also to downward part, up to the root also, downward part and upward part, all the branches, roots, leaves, flowers, fruits, means all the parts get food also through this stem part. Okay, so after this, second function is to provide support. To provide support. Children, that day when we started this chapter, when we learned about the climbers and creepers, that day I told you that stem part means stem part of some plants, they change into the coiled structures which are called tendrils. So here I can make, suppose this part is there, suppose it is a weak plant. If it is a weak plant, then what will happen? From stem part, anywhere that one modification of stem can be there, it can make a spring-like structure which is present here. This is called tendril. Okay, and with the help of this tendril, with the help of tendrils, what will happen? This plant hold support, and with the help of these tendrils, plant can grow further by holding some objects which it can get nearby. Okay, and that's why it can provide support also to the growing plant. In some weak plants, in grapevine also you can see easily grape plant, it has a weak stem, so grape plant also has these kind of spring-like structures which are called tendrils. So in this way, second function of plant means stem is to provide support, and in this way, third function of stem is to store food. Okay, third function of stem is to store food. Children, storage of food we can see in the form of ginger, garlic or onion, and even a common example is potato. Okay, so storage of food. Storage of food is present in, for example, in potato. Potato and ginger are the common and best examples of storage of food in the form of stem, because in case of potato also, or ginger, garlic, onion, they also store food in them, and we eat these parts as a vegetables so that we can get food which is present in these all the parts. Okay, we used to eat stem part of these plants. So third is a storage of food. And children, fourth function of stem is to store water. Children, in some of the plant stem act as a storage house of water, means they can store water inside them. Example is cactus and aloe vera. These are the two common examples you can see all around you, or you can easily see these kind of plants. Children, these kind of plants generally grow in the desert areas where there is a scarcity of water, means very less amount of water is present in the soil, and that's why these plants will not get so much of water easily, and they store whenever rainfall there, or they get water. Whenever they get water, they store that water in their stem. When you break that stem part, green part of these two plants, that is looking like leaves but that is not leaf, that part is stem part. And when you break that part, and you can see that sticky material which is present inside it, it has so much of water content. Okay, so in that form they store water in the plant so that they can live without water for many days. Understand? So children, this means these are the four main kind of functions which are performed by the stem. Okay, and after this we will study about the leaves, means what kind of leaves are there and how we can study and how we can differentiate different terms in leaves. Okay, so Jai Gurudev.